One of the things that attracted me to the ship channel and to the Port of Houston was its vastness. It really is an amazing entity, very organic, and yet involving literally hundreds of thousands of people. Stories of a Workforce is really a departure from most treatments of the port and the Houston Ship Channel, because most of them look at the history of an institution. And those are important things, but none of it would exist without the people involved in making those institutions function. So this exhibition is really about giving voice to the men and women who work along the ship channel and are the essential element in making it happen, but who are completely unheard in most histories and renderings of the port or the ship channel.
My dad and my uncle had a marine transportation company. They owned tugs and barges, and they operated out of Houston, in the Gulf, and foreign flag vessels. I started in the repair business myself in 1998. They call it getting salt water in your veins, and you somehow can't get it out. Every day is different. Ships are like little cities. They've got every kind of system in them that any city would have. And so they're incredibly complex. They have to support people, they have to move products, and they have to survive in a saltwater, corrosive environment.
The exhibition is organized around themes that were really common in the interviews. We look at families, we look at communities, we look at the importance of know-how and knowledge and how that's changed. We look at the struggles that the workforce has gone through over the last, in particular, 50 years. We had to create a space where we really could evoke the environment of the ship channel as much as possible. So literally, we built out a boat because we wanted people to have a sense of what it was like to mount a vessel and what it was like to sort of stand at the helm. We wanted to use large photographs in many instances because of the scale of the work that people do and the scale of the setting that is the Houston Ship Channel. It's 52 miles long.
Port of Houston is one of the more challenging ports in the United States with the amount of traffic we have here.
The audio-visual installations and the audio installations are essential to that whole notion of really not telling the story through our voice, but through the voices of the people themselves.
My name's Steve Bennett, and I started tying up ships in 1977. I've been doing this job now for 37 years. The boats I started back 37 years ago were wooden boats, and I like to say it was when boats were wooden and men were steel. I wore a cowboy hat and cowboy boots down on the docks. Nowadays I have to wear hard hats, life jacket, have a radio with me, steel-toed boots on. A lot of stuff has changed.
The Biggers painting that's part of the exhibition is one of the great surprises. I knew it had been commissioned by an ILA local. The ILA is the International Longshoremen's Union. So I just started calling. And I found T.L. Simon, who is the president of ILA 24, and he said, sure enough, it's right here in our union hall. It's an incredible piece. It was commissioned in 1957 by ILA 872, which was an all African-American ILA local at the time. And so it's a document, it's an homage that Biggers created, really tracing the history of black labor on the port in relationship to the longshoremen.
And to show the new workers that was coming into the industry, progression from the old days up to now, to modern times, as far as that mirror goes.
And Stories of a Workforce, the exhibition as a whole, celebrates that human contribution and gives voice to the people who have built, maintained, and continue to make the ship channel happen and be this amazing entity in our city.